When you came into office, just after that, a major German publication ran an item about you, a large item about you, and the title was "The Beauty and the Generals." It's the kind of headline you've been confronted with a lot. I'd like just comment on that headline first of all.
Well, I think this headline is again based on the historical past that Pakistan has had, and I don't expect Germans or Americans or anyone to be able to look at intricately and the transition that is taking place in Pakistan. There can be no country which can go through an immediate transformation, but that transition to a purely democratic system is taking place in Pakistan. I would like to share with you that despite having a minor majority in parliament, this government has been able to bring about 3 constitutional amendments. Each of those constitutional amendments are strengthening the institutions which will go on to make Pakistan, forge ahead in the economic and political development realm that you mentioned.
You've been in office as Pakistan's foreign minister for just over a year now, and one of the questions that was asked initially about you was what difference would you make as Pakistan's first female foreign minister, the accent on female?
I believe that in the last 1 year and a half, and this is clearly not a solo flight, so I cannot make the difference alone. I have to make the difference on whatever the Pakistan People's Party, its leadership, the coalition government wants to do. But as the foreign minister, I can try and do a better job of whatever vision the leadership has. So within that context, I think we have been able to, within the Foreign Office of Pakistan, with the collaboration, cooperation of all the officers at the Foreign Office, been able to make a marked difference in Pakistan's approach to its neighbors. If Pakistan has to find peace within, Pakistan must find peace with each one of its neighbors to be able to improve our ties and to take them to a level where we have enough trust in the relationship, inbuilt trust in the relationship, to be able to answer some of the very difficult questions that we have, to be able to move away from the historical baggage that we have with many of our neighbors and to move to a relationship which is based on trust. So we can start solving some of the problems that face us, not as individuals or citizens of a certain country, but citizens of the broader region that we're part of.
Let's talk about relations to India. Yeah, they're on a better footing at the moment. I think the diplomatic parlance is the trust deficit zone is, we're moving out of the trust deficit zone. I think that's a quote from you originally. But here's a quote from a commentator from the Pakistani, The Nation publication, the weekly publication, yeah. For ordinary people, the relationship between India and Pakistan needs to begin delivering a more robust economic partnership quickly to be meaningful and productive. For ordinary people.
Well, I completely agree with that quote, and therefore, this is like music to my ears, and therefore, I take great pride and great comfort from the fact that Pakistan has made a substantive difference in its approach to India, and let me tell you how. For the last 35 years, we did not move towards normalization of trade ties with India. It was a concerted policy almost. Now, in the last year, in 2011, we moved towards a roadmap which will normalize trade ties with India as soon as end of 2012. So that is clearly showing a difference of approach towards India. That is clearly moving towards building the trust with the Indians to normalize the relations so we can solve the more important issues which continue to haunt the two countries. So we have moved on that direction like nobody's business. We have gone from the positive list to the negative list, which means that now the items which are tradable with India have increased substantially.
Okay, things improving there. Let's talk about relations to the United States, a very important diplomatic partner for your country. Relations with the US, with Washington, are a mess at the moment. Fair comment?
No, not a fair comment at all. I think
there's lots of anger in the US about Islamabad, and there's lots of anger in Pakistan about the US.
Yes, so
about the drone war, as people are calling it, about attacks, raids on Pakistani soldiers, about the way that Osama bin Laden was killed on Pakistani territory.
There's absolutely a whole lot of difference of opinions which exist between the United States and Pakistan on how to manage a certain situation, or what should be the way to manage the situation, right? However, to say that they're in a mess would be a wrong statement, because we are moving away from the very difficult times that we had post the Lala attack and moving into a zone where we are trying to negotiate.
These are the 24 soldiers.
These are the 24 soldiers who were killed. Yeah. So we are moving towards
2011. Yeah.
Yes, we are moving towards engaging with the US to be able to sort out these differences that we have. You see, to have US blaming Pakistan for all the ills that happen in Afghanistan is an easy solution. It's a complex situation that we have in Afghanistan, and to look for somebody to blame for all the wars in Afghanistan would be an easy way out.